You're retro tracking with the Caramel Apples podcast, the apple snack that brings you a retro vibe, both crunchy and sweet, with your hosts Kennedy Rizzo and Cooper Lee.
Hey.
Nice.
Oh, okay. So we've got an exciting topic to talk about this week.
Yeah.
If if you're a Gen Xer, Xennial, anytime during in the 80s, where toys reigned supreme. I mean, that was it. That was it. That's all we cared. All we kids cared about.
It really was. It really was. Like, I think we've mentioned it some other episode before that, like if the service merchandise catalog came along or the JC Penney or Sears catalog came along, we would find it before mom had a chance to go through it. And it was like we were straight headed to the toy section.
Oh yeah.
Like, and it was like, you want this. It was like, yeah, you're not getting any of that. But we still got just so excited to see it. And the stuff was astronomically priced, but still.
For the time.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was like our little wish book, and like, man, and toy aisles at any given store chock full of toys.
Yes.
So this is going to be a very nostalgic, very memorable discussion because this was something we were fully aware of, fully immersed in.
Absolutely.
And, again, we were of humble means, so we didn't always get what we wanted.
No.
We're fine with that. But, I mean, we still could look and wish.
Yeah.
But we did actually grab a few notable nostalgic toys from back then. And we're going to discuss a few of those today. So, okay. So, there's actually a list that we found online. And all of these are so nostalgic. I mean, it's just like, and they have pictures.
Oh, yeah.
So, the first one is a sweet little bear. And he talks. So, you put a little cassette tape in his back. And he starts telling you stories of his little world. And who was that little bear?
That was Teddy Ruxpin.
Teddy Ruxpin.
And it's interesting because, as a kid, not gonna lie, we wanted a Teddy Ruxpin.
Uh-huh.
But it's funny to hear later that people are like, yeah, that little bear was kind of weird, it's kind of creepy. And it's like, really? I mean, I still don't see that. But to some people, maybe that was, you just don't do that. I don't know.
Yeah, and back in the 80s, like when things, I don't know, like there was always this creepazoid factor with a lot of things because there's another entry in our list this week that fits that bill. But that, I mean, like it was in pop culture. You think about like hair bands and stuff, or TV shows would highlight it, but this dark side of things.
Right.
And it reached cartoons and toys. So I mean, like maybe some people were just kind of like, I don't know about that bear. He scares me.
Yeah. He just sits there and stares at me. Then he starts talking. Ah.
Well, our world was pretty safe, pretty benign. So we never had that type of issues. We didn't have that type of worry or none of those thoughts. I mean, it was just a sweet little bear telling a story. We loved it.
Yeah, Teddy Ruxpin was adorable.
We didn't have one though. Just
no.
So you know. We did not get that one. Okay, next on our list is who?
Okay. So actually we're going to talk about two of these because they're rivals, but we'll get to the other rival, which we favored later. This was Barbie and the Rockers. So put on your thinking caps and think about who the other one was, because this was definitely in the time where music videos were huge, and they were really honing in on the children as far as bringing them on into that world. And, MTV was getting going and things like
Yep.
that. So
Mm-hmm.
Barbie and the Rockers was definitely, she was big. I mean, Barbie was already big, but this was part of her line, was Barbie and the Rockers. And we actually didn't have, we had some Barbies, but we didn't have the Barbie and the Rockers line.
No, we had Malibu Barbie.
Yes.
I think we both had we got everything the same. So we had two Malibu Barbies, because it's two of us. But Coop got a special Barbie, and you took pretty good care of her. Who was this
I
one? Was
did.
that?
That was Pink and Pretty.
Pink and Pretty. Yeah, her elbows bent, whereas Malibu Barbie's arms were straight down.
Less convenient when you can't articulate your arms, right?
Yeah. But Barbie was pretty. Even Barbie and the Rockers, which we did not, like you said, we did not own that one.
Right.
She was still pretty.
She was. Barbie was always pretty.
And versus the other doll, the rival, we'll get to in a minute. That doll was ugly.
Yes.
Like, somebody shouldn't have got paid who designed it. So, like, it's just for these stupid kids. They don't care. Throw it out there. They'll buy it.
We do care. Get the memo.
We do. Don't we matter? Okay, so our next entry here is something we did actually get. And this was completely 80s, and that's the Rubik's Cube.
Oh, wow. You know what? The Rubik's Cube was so different and exciting from any other toy that was out there.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, I don't know if you remember too, you had a little baby one. Do you remember that?
I do.
It was a keychain, wasn't it?
Yep.
Did you get it out of one of those not a gumball machine, but one of those big toy machines that you could like use the claw or something out of?
I honestly don't remember where I got it.
Okay.
It was adorable though, and I got it taken away from me because I was playing with it in class.
Okay, so you got that taken away from you. You had your Hello Kitty whistle taken away from you.
Yeah.
Sounds like you were misbehaving a lot there, Kennard.
Yeah. I must have been a hard-headed student for my poor teachers. They were like, "Do we have to have her in class?" Okay.
You're like, show and tell should be every day. That's all I'm trying to say.
And then she would set it on the edge of her desk, or right there, almost in front of me, directly where I could see it, and I couldn't take it.
Oh, that's just like poking you in the eye.
It is. I'm like, that is mine, Teach.
Yeah, give it to me.
But of course, it didn't happen. So whatever. I finally got it back, but it took a long time.
But the Rubik's Cube was neat. You want to kind of describe it in case someone doesn't really know?
Yeah. Everybody seemed to have one of these. They were just, oh my goodness, they were so much fun, but they were hard. So it's a square, a cube that has 9 different colored stickers on it. So 9 potential, all colors matching up on each of the sides. It'd be 9 of those.
Yeah.
So there would be tournaments. There would be people with time, people trying to get these, all matched up with the proper color. And then if you didn't have any kind of game, you would cheat and pull the stickers off. I think Coop really tried to do that. Coop or our brother, somebody, because ours got attacked.
Yeah. I can guarantee you that I did at one point in time.
Oh, it was Coop.
Now, whether he also did the same thing, I couldn't tell you, but I know that I did.
Okay, well, the Rubik's Cube was fun. And
It
again, that was
was.
something we were able to have. We even had a couple knockoff puzzle games that were similar.
Yeah, didn't they have like one that was kind of like triangles, but it was like this long stick like a snake?
Yes. Uh huh.
Okay, I remember that one. Um, was there a circle one too?
I believe so.
Okay, I couldn't tell you the name of either one of them, but yeah,
Yeah. It was, they were fun though. And I think we were able to solve that one eventually too.
so much fun.
It is. All right. So what's our next one we got here? Because we didn't have this toy either.
Okay, no, we didn't, but we did engage in. Okay, so yeah, our next entry. There was a movie that was beloved to us. We love this movie. This is actually one that Mom took us to see at the drive-in. So exciting, and that was E.T.
Can't you understand English? He said phone. Oh. You're right.
Oh.
And like so many things back then, either the TV show or the movie would come out, and then the toy line would ultimately follow, or vice versa. Sometimes it was the toy line first, and then they would build something onto the toy line, to entertain us.
Uh huh.
So there was ET plushies that you could get, and there were also some hard plastic toys you could get. I think our little brother didn't he get one of the hard ones? I think his little neck would grow, like his little neck would kind of pull out from his body.
Oh, you're right. I do remember that. He did have one.
Yeah. And did his little belly glow, or his little heart, did it glow?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah.
E.T. was cute.
E.T. was cute. He was special.
Yeah, we haven't actually done an Orchard Trek retro on him yet or that movie, but be on the lookout.
That's
You will
right.
find it right here in the orchard here very soon.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Okay, the next one on our toy list here is Play School Sesame Street Poppin' Pals. They're cute. I mean, we did not have this one. Of course, we were a little older. If anybody would have had it at the time that it came out, it would have been our younger brother.
Yeah.
No, but I don't think he did. He had some Sesame Street stuff. I mean, he had some cute toys, but I don't think he had this one. I think that they, you know, you could smash the little color tiles down there, color code it, and then you can push buttons, and they pop up, maybe talk or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but how cool would that be for some little ones? Because obviously, if they wanted or have the toy, they would be fans of the show.
Right.
And they've got a cute little, personal relic of that in their home, in their toy box.
Yeah.
That was probably just the bee's knees for them. They're probably like, aren't we special?
Yeah, it just takes it next level, because once it goes off TV, you can continue your little journey, right? Because you can still play with the toy.
That's right. That's right. And we're gonna do an Orchard Trek retro on Sesame Street as well, but they had longevity. So
Oh,
like
yeah.
you saw a character, you knew exactly who it was, you knew exactly what it was connected to, hand in glove.
Absolutely. Yeah, they touched many people. Many, many people. Yeah.
That's that's right. Okay, so since that was for more like preschool, grade school type thing, we're gonna move on to something a little more grown up. And what's that one there, Coop?
Okay, so we have He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so of course it's He-Man.
Skeletor with a bucko.
So again, this was a cartoon that you could catch. It was on weekdays, and it was huge at the time. Every little boy wanted to be He-Man. And of course, to follow that up, every little girl wanted to be She-Ra, which is next on our list.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we didn't have her either.
No.
But this is He-Man's twin sister, as many a Gen Xer knows. But she was actually, the way they designed her, she was big too.
Yeah.
So she wasn't like Barbie
No.
or anything. She wasn't wafy like that. Like she was actually a doll, like they had some height on her.
Right.
So, like if a brother and sister, whoever had these toys, they could get their toys together and fight each other. Be friends out, form an alliance, whatever. But the creators and makers of these dolls probably did a pretty good job. They did themselves a huge service because, talking about the sales and everything, you got him, you got to have She-Ra too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, now I don't think this next one we didn't have this either, but we'd see it at friends' house and we'd actually play with this thing. And that was called the Speak and Spell.
Mm-hmm.
So this is another cool thing about the 70s and 80s, that the toys and stuff, it was like kids had their own world.
Mm-hmm.
So there was cartoons, we had our own programming, we had toys, we had cereal.
Yeah.
All this stuff was marketed toward those young minds. And as long as you're begging your parents for stuff, those people made money, good money.
Yeah. And
So
like you said, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Just the fact that it was marketed for children because they wanted to keep kids.
Right.
I mean, so they would pander to children, like, yes, ask your parents for this or that, not, oh, you're this adult, that you just go. It was always go and ask your parents. They definitely marketed to the children.
Yes, and if you look at the picture, I mean, it looks pretty primitive. I mean, that thing is like Atari level stuff. Like a big calculator, and had a handle. You could just grab the handle and go. But I mean, that was what we had back then. And then, like kids now, they just have phones. Everybody, they probably have the latest iPhone or the latest Android model, just because it's the world we live in.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it says that you definitely only played with this so you could hear its talking robot voice.
Prepare for flight. Destination, Iacon. Operation.
Yeah, and that was so back then. Retro 80s all the way. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And then we had the Happy Meals that was at McDonald's and some other fast food places, and they'd always put little toys in there.
Yeah.
And one time their toys was actually the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah. And totally remember reading the Bernstein Bears books. But you know what's so weird about that? I'm going to go there.
Okay.
The fact that from our recollection when we were younger, totally thought it was Bernstein. Berenstain. Not Bernstein. Or whatever they're saying it is now. So that's just kind of weird. It's like anyone that we talk to from that time period do not remember the way they're calling them now. So that, just putting that out there because we're mentioning them. They were on the list. So weigh in if you remember one way or the other. Are the rest of us just losing our minds, or are you right there with us going, that's not what I remember either? Yeah. Let us know. But these little toys, they actually had a material on them that made them kind of fuzzy feeling. I totally
I
remember this.
I do too.
And I don't really know what that material was, but it made them very unique in making them feel bearish. So it's nice that they were kind of thinking about that. Even though they were plastic toys, they had this coating on them. So kind of
Yes,
cool.
which I think our brother had these because he would every now and then get a Happy Meal with the nuggets, which
Absolutely. Nuggets all the way.
that'll segue us into our next point of discussion. But yeah, I think there was even pencils that had the fuzz on, like the Berenstein Bears. So that was
Yes.
maybe a retro thing.
Yes, yes. They're like, hey, we stumbled onto something. Let's put it on everything.
Oh God, much to every parent's dismay.
Yes.
Wow,
Yeah.
nice. All right, so now we were talking about the Happy Meal, and there's something else they threw in the box after they were done with the Berenstein Bears, and that was the McNugget Buddies.
Totally remember them.
So we're staring at the picture of it. It looks like he's a mail carrier, doesn't it?
Yes, first class mail.
That is adorable.
Yeah. And
Oh,
and there were I think boy and girl nuggets. I think this actually was a girl. Um but yeah, I totally remember this. And since we're already talking about McDonald's and some of the toys they would put in their Happy Meals, remember they had a little nugget. It's almost like a transformer.
um,
They had that. There was other McDonald characters that they did, but it was almost like, oh, they even had like the little pancake thing that would kind of transform.
yeah, okay, yes.
Yeah, well, they had the nuggets like that too. I think a hamburger would kind of change. Like, like they were on that. They were like, let's keep the kids coming back, right? Let's give them what they want. So, and again, like collect the whole set. Usually that's how it was, at least four or more, collect the whole set of whatever that item was. But these nugget buddies were definitely part of that. Like, you want to get all of
That's cute.
them. And they were
Eh,
squishy, kind of
oh,
hard squishy plastic.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I totally remember these.
Yeah, and I think our brother might have gotten one or two of these too because he did like their nuggets.
He did.
Yeah, he was a nugget freak. He still is. He likes chicken nuggets. Yeah, he don't eat very healthy, does he?
No. Oh, what a mess. His poor wife.
Yeah, I know.
So, what's next there on our list? Speaking of his poor wife, this is one of her favorites.
Yes, it was My Little Pony. And we actually had these toys. So we actually can say, yes, one take two for the team.
Yeah. So, which one was yours?
Mine was Bow Tie.
Uh huh.
She was all
Mine was
blue.
Blossom.
That's right. That's right. Purple, which everybody had that one. She's straight on.
Yeah.
Like her little legs and everything were straight down. I think mine's head was kind of turned to the side, but she used to play with her and comb her hair.
And we did.
But they had the sweetest faces.
They did. And we enjoyed the cartoon too. They were so awesome. We loved them so much.
Yeah, one of our girlfriends, part of the girl squad. Um, she actually got the same pony. They did this all the time.
Yeah.
She actually got the same pony as Coop.
Yeah.
So there was a whole ton of blossoms.
Yeah.
Coop she's a trooper. She's like, always sweet to people, but she was a little peeved on the quiet. But she's like, you know what? It's all nothing but love here. We all can take care of our ponies properly. It's what it is.
Yeah, because even she got the same one as me, but then she also got like a couple others.
Yeah.
So it's like, why do you just get different ones? But it is what it is, right? It's like water under the bridge or in the water trough for the ponies. We'll just say that. But yeah, so come on.
That's right. So, Obviously, My Little Ponies was a big hit for us Gen Xers back in the early 80s.
Oh, they sure were. I mean, we loved them. We loved them.
Yeah, they were cute. Okay, well, speaking of what our friends from the Girl Squad, this next item was definitely, yeah, this was definitely in their repertoire. What is that?
That would be the Nintendo. Yeah. This is the ones that we were at their house, and their dad was the gamer, and they were the first out of our group of friends to get it in their home. So, and we always had our slumber parties out at their house, which seemed to be every other weekend. So we got to play it every now and then, but it was so cool. Like, you will have to check out our Super Mario Brothers episode.
It's me, Mario. Hello. Okie dokie. Mamma mia.
Because we go into serious detail about it, the game, because that was really our first experience with the Nintendo. And of course,
Yeah.
Duck Hunt was part of that too. But yeah, the Nintendo was something else, wasn't it? It was like next
Yeah.
level fun.
It really was. I mean, we'd get home from the pool. We had picked up our Little Caesars pizza. They had the 2 pies in there, slid in the bag. And you get all settled in, get your pop, and you sit down and play Nintendo. Good day.
Man, that drums up some memories, some nice
It really
nostalgia
does.
there.
Oh my gosh.
So cool. So cool.
Yeah.
I actually think our brother, because he likes to collect a lot of the gaming consoles and things, and if I'm not mistaken, he does have this, or at least has had it at one time, well
Okay.
beyond its age. Like, it was older when he got it.
Oh, really?
Yes. Uh-oh.
Hold on. Sorry about that.
Okay. That's important. Alrighty.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
So our next entry, this was so amazing, so awesome. There's really no words to it. There's nothing that's never smelled any better than
Yes.
strawberry shortcake dolls.
Oh my God, she was awesome.
She was. It's like, oh my goodness, strawberry shortcake. However they came up with the way to make her hair smell like that forever. Like, what was the ingredients? I mean, jeez, it was powerful stuff.
Yeah, it was like strawberry catnip.
It really was. It really was. And we had our dolls, and we literally would smell them all the time.
We straight up looked like we were freaking nuts.
We did.
Every time you turn around, her head be up in your nostrils, and you're just like taking it all in.
And she was so cute too. One of our Girl Squad members at the time, she was one of our younger ones. She was so cute. She reminds you of these dolls because she had these cute little fat cheeks, then she had these little freckles. And
Aw.
she would remind you of them. It's like, oh, do you smell like strawberries too? Guaranteed. After playing outside as long as we did, she did not. But still, yeah, we all loved strawberry shortcake and her friends. We loved them.
Yes, and Coop and I both had 2 in our house. Mom got us 1 of each, so we both, thankfully, we had strawberry shortcake dolls.
Yes.
I actually had an orange blossom doll too, because you got to show some caramel love, and she was adorable.
Yes, she was.
Yeah. She had caramel. No, she had dark hair, but it smelled every bit of delicious oranges.
Yeah, and it'd be like, man, where do we get the shampoo or the body wash that smelled like that stuff? Man.
I know, right?
Yeah, bring it.
Okay, so we did have those. Another one on our list. How about the next one?
Oh, yeah, the rose petal place dolls. I do remember watching the cartoon. I think we watched, she was more like a special. I don't think she came on like all the time. At least I
Ah,
don't think she did, but I do remember watching it. So there's
okay,
that.
okay.
We didn't have these dolls, but remember them being, commercialized and everything. You'd see them in the toy aisle and stuff, but we weren't like, oh yeah, I gotta have Rose Petal. But yeah, she was definitely big and she carved out a niche for herself. Let's see, who's next?
We got Thundercats action figures, which we did not have these. We like the Thundercats.
Yes.
But we did not actually have these toys. So that probably would have been pretty cool to play with them though. Because we were tomboys, we liked
Yeah.
this kind of stuff. We just didn't yeah, our parents were they were not gonna drop the money on something like this for their girls.
Oh no, 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 no. Not at all.
We barely got what we got. But Thundercats are cool, and the cartoon was way awesome too. So that's total shout out to that.
That's right. And we've actually already done an Apple snack in our cats. If you ever check out our cats podcast episodes, they're in one of those that we actually talk about the Thundercats kind of extensively. So
That's right. Now this isn't on our list, but we begged till we were blue in the face for Pound Puppies.
yeah. Yeah.
We wanted Pound Puppies, but we never did get the ones like what we saw at the store.
Nope.
We actually got Pound Puppies, but they were little miniature ones, and that's back when they were making toys a little better at fast food restaurants.
Yeah, exactly.
And we actually got our Pound Puppies from Wendy's.
Mm-hmm.
And they were adorable. Like, that was fine. They were cute. We were ready to take care of our little puppies. That's fine.
Yes, because at least it was finally have them, right?
No doubt. Yes. And another one on our list, also, we did not get the ones at the store, but we actually got one through fast food, was fur skins.
Yep.
And same thing. They really put effort into the toys back then. This is from Wendy's.
Mm-hmm.
They had the boots, they had the little removable shirt and pants. I mean, like, it was the whole thing, like you could actually, these were toys.
Exactly.
I don't know. And now you can get grown-up stuff that's cheap behind stuff because, I mean, everything made from not here.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness, Coop. This has been a really fun discussion this week. As always, there's always like tons more we can cover, and we actually are planning on doing that. So, I mean, who else was on the list? There was just a couple that we just hadn't even begun to touch it yet.
Oh my goodness. I mean, because you can't have a nostalgic throwback conversation of toys without mentioning like kind of Smurfs. Let's see who else. Fraggle Rock. There's some things.
Yeah, even a couple more games.
Yeah.
Because we just talked about the Rubik's Cube and that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, like, there's a couple other fun entries that we're going to entertain for part 2. So, so there's always fun here in the Retro Orchard. So join us next week for part 2, our Apple snack. What's in your toy box? That's right. Tell us. We want to know.
So that's it for this week's Apple Snack, but that's definitely not all. Stay tuned as we'll continue our warm caramelicious discussion in part 2 of What's in Your Toy Box. You'll find some heroes in a half shell, singing raisins for the little people. You won't want to miss this. Subscribe to make sure you don't miss a beat and be ready to revisit more memorable, fun archives and better times right here at the Sweet Spot. Thanks so much for listening. Bye.
Bye.